Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the Yappers of Light podcast, where even Heidelin can't get us to shut up. That's our tagline now. Remember?
I like that.
I
approve of this.
We're here today to talk about more alliance raids, but a different kind. This time.
What kind we talking about?
The chaotic kind.
Oh,
The Cloud
that
of
must be very
Darkness
chaotic.
really hard mode.
Really hard mode.
Really hard mode.
I think you mean PvP mode, honestly.
PvP mode. Are those just the same thing? Are those
You
not
right.
exactly the same?
You make a good point.
I don't remember what we said about chaotic in our predictions when we were making some little statements about what we thought it would be.
Oh, I don't remember either.
I guarantee we were both wrong as hell.
Yeah. I feel like I said there's gonna be a lot of PvP.
You were right about that. That's definitely true. I was not expecting it to be as hard as it is. I really wasn't.
I wasn't either. It's like, I don't know. I'd say it's harder than an extreme.
It's a little, right?
Yeah, just a little. It's like, I think it's a good in between for extremes and savage. I think it's a good little bridge.
That's what they said it was supposed to be. I feel like there's one thing that makes it significantly harder than any extreme I've ever done. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
I just in general, I did not expect this level of punishment. I thought we were getting something like Bosnia difficulty. I know that's not what they told us, but that's what I was expecting. Of it's gonna be like Dalrina normal. It's gonna have mechanics that will kill you, but it's whatever. Was not expecting 24-person body check. That one wasn't ready.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I was definitely expecting harder than Baja. I was expecting we'd wipe a lot, and we did do that.
Definitely do that. Yeah, that happens.
But I was not expecting if one entire alliance wipes, there's no saving. There's no saving.
There's nothing.
Unless you're in phase 1 and you have plenty of time before the transition. There's no saving it.
Plenty of situations where just 2 people dying or so approximately just ruins the whole run.
Yep.
It's just over. And that's a lot to ask of 24 people, I find.
I do agree. But I think I think it's really cool.
Oh, no, there's so much about this that is so great. There's so much about it that is really great.
It's so good. But I can definitely understand for it being kind of more of a bridge from casual content to harder content. It's a bit asking much.
Mm-hmm. Let's make sure we clarify where we're at here. You've cleared. Mm-hmm. You've killed the boss.
Yes, I've cleared multiple times.
Many times. Mm-hmm. You kill her. She's easy peasy, easiest boss in the whole world.
Yes.
I've seen phase 3 on 2 different roles in all 3 alliances. So I've gotten through phase 2. It's a shit ton of time. With everybody alive.
That's the hard part.
That's the hard part. I can do my job. But in general, I've had a good time. I've had a good time playing this fight. I think this fight's a lot of fun.
It is.
Shall we just go through it? Shall we just go through and talk about it?
Hell yeah.
Phase 1 is rad as shit.
I agree.
Phase 1 is so good. Phase 1 is almost exactly what I was expecting.
Yeah.
It does a lot of callbacks to fights that aren't Cloud of Darkness, which I think is funny.
I heard it's what is it? Someone in my chat said it was exactly like FF3 Cloud of Darkness, I want to say.
It's not.
It was one of the older ones, maybe not 3.
FF3 Cloud of Darkness has 1 move. That's not true. It can also auto attack. It's Particle Beam. It does 5,000 damage to every party member.
Was it that one? I don't remember. Dan, if you're watching this, can you remind me at some point? I'm pretty sure it was you, Dan.
It's definitely not the FF3 Cloud of Darkness. It might be, there probably are other instances of Cloud of Darkness that it heavily references. It's definitely not the FF3 one. The FF3 one literally just casts Particle Beam over and over and over and over again, and if you get the wrong turn order, you just auto-lose. It's great. It's an awesome fight, and FF3 is a great game.
Yeah. I haven't played it. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but phase 1, I suppose, with all of the laser spamming, yeah, sure. Yeah. I can see that. I was mostly referring to, like, Death Gaze.
Yeah.
From Dunscape.
Yep, it looks
Maybe
exactly.
It's just a Doom and an arrow, but it gives them similar vibes.
It does. Especially, like, I don't think they've used the pull and Doom since Dunscape.
I think you might
if
be
they
right.
have, I don't remember.
They've done, like, pull-ins, but they've been, like, in, like, dungeons, or, like, that
but
one
not, like,
ad
Doom attached to it, where you have to Asuna the Doom.
Yeah. Oh, can we talk about the Asunable Dooms for a second? What a fucking fantastic punishment. Hey, Semi.
Not for everyone but healers.
Yeah? What, you don't like pressing Asuna? I thought you wanted to press Asuna.
I do love pressing Asuna. I'm very happy about it. But when the entire alliance gets hit by the Doom, and they're like, hey, Asuna the Doom, it is a 3-second debuff, my guy. I'm not gonna get all of you. You better hope I get you first.
And that's
otherwise, the rest of you are dying.
And that's the incentive to do the mechanic right. Because, you know, they might be able to compensate for you messing it up, but can they compensate for you messing it up and, like, 4 other people also messing it up?
No.
Unless you have a bard, probably not. And that's...
I think...
It's interesting. It's a really cool punishment, I
think.
It is
cool. And I think it's really funny making, I only had to do it once, and it was with Lom. But making healers do, like, the priority Asuna.
Oh, yeah, the down and up, like in, T. With throttle cleansing.
I thought that was so funny when Lom said, we want you to do this just like T? I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Sort of adjacent. I want to do T again on healer, because I want to know how throttle feels now. I feel like it's going to be awesome. I feel like it's going to be so easy.
Yeah. I think it's going to be not hard at all anymore.
For sure. But in the fight we're talking about.
Yeah.
I really love the way it uses the space in phase 1.
Mm-hmm.
It uses the whole arena.
It does.
Like, if she does out, you gotta go. You gotta go way back there.
You gotta go out.
You can ride, like, the knockbacks and stuff to the back, which I didn't know until very recently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize it was safe back there.
Yeah, because you, it's, like, split between the 3 alliances.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes a lot of sense.
I assume you're supposed to stay in your corner unless you absolutely have to move, but...
For sure. It would make sense. I've just, you know, you lose uptime if you go back. So I don't.
Yeah. See, I'm a healer, so I don't really worry about that stuff.
I got, for, like, you know, in the very first, the raid plan calls it a phase, but it's 2 cleaves.
Yeah.
Just the very first thing. Like,
it's technically, no, it is 2 cleaves. You're right. Never mind.
Every job I've played. 3. No, it's just 2. It's just the 2.
It's just 2.
Every melee that I've played, at least, has had ways around the out to, like, keep up time or have some semblance of it. Dragoon with its, you know, spear buffs and stuff. Make that feel really nice. And then you hit phase 2 and you're like, well, I hope I can have a GCD rolling sometimes. No, but it's really fun.
Yeah.
It really, really, really emphasizes the chaos. And that's what I wanted.
It
does. It's incredibly chaotic. The descriptor
yep.
does service to the name. Anything else in phase 1 is cool? I like the dodge and the lasers.
I have a cool Red Mage tidbit.
Red Mage tidbit, do tell.
Yeah, I played it on Red Mage one time, and you can do your whole entire melee combo before the out goes off. So just backflip out after you're done, and you won't get hit.
I mean, you're
Easy.
just the melee part of the melee combo, right? I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go 1, 2,
Nah,
3.
that's disgusting. Wee.
But it's a lot of personal responsibility, right? That's
Yeah,
kind of all
it's
phase 1 is.
It's yeah. It doesn't do a lot of, well, it does a lot of damage
Does a lot of
when you
damage.
get to like the stacks and
the wild charges.
Yeah. But otherwise, it's literally just, are you paying attention?
Are you paying attention?
Do you see the
Simply not.
cloudlets in the corner?
Do you remember what direction your hand is going? You forgot?
Yeah.
Hope you have a gap closer.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I hope your healer as soon as you.
It is very funny when somebody else dooms you.
Oh my god.
When you're like, I don't have a hand, I am safe. And one just shows up in the middle of the entire group and you're like, huh.
Oh.
Where'd that come from?
Have you ever seen a party wipe because of that?
Probably. Most likely.
It's rather heartbreaking, let me tell you.
most phase 1 wipes, I'll be honest, they happen and I'm like, what did oh, I was doing my thing. I
don't know what's going on over there.
I've been spending a lot of phase 1 staring at my co-tank.
Yeah.
Because of the stacks. Those are fun. Those are a really, 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 really cool way to make having 6 tanks function.
I agree.
Especially because you can survive. You can live.
You can.
With like 14 of them. You just gotta admit.
Terrifying for your healers, though.
Oh, it's awful. But like, if you gotta do it, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's totally doable.
It's so funny as a healer where, like, I just stare at the party list the entire time for me. And I'll look up at my alliances and then, everyone in C is dead. Maybe I should res them.
Alliance C is completely dead. Alliance B looks fine, but your alliance has 8 dooms. Now what?
Guess we're wiping. Oh no, flood of darkness. Guess we're done.
Perish.
Good job. Bye, everyone.
Oh, I have one more thing to talk about. In Arrow and in Doom, the installs.
Oh.
Once people figured out that you can just knockback resist it every time, it became a lot easier. However, that's tight. That's some tight movement if you're not knockback resisting it. It's very tight movement. And if you are, it becomes the hardest mechanic in the entire fight because walk into the Doom too early is like...
Oh my god, that's so many times.
Every single person. Like, knockback resist, immediately walk into the Doom.
Yep. Or you're trying to position yourself for the knockback and you walk into blue by accident.
Immediately into it, yep. Yep.
Oh.
It's a big
Did
knockback.
you know?
It's huge.
It is huge.
They both are. The pole is really, really, really far as well.
It is. I didn't know this until, like, after I'd cleared.
Yeah.
But she tells you what she's storing.
Like with her text lines?
Yeah. Oh. And I didn't realize because I never read because she'll be like, death resides in my breast. Or wind resides in my breast.
That makes
sense. So if
sense.
You don't know it, you just look at your chat box. She says it.
That's really nice. I wish she did something like that for what direction my hand is facing.
Man, me too. But you have to pay attention.
You gotta pay attention for that one. I really like that.
She has
I really like that.
I do too.
I think phase 1 is so good.
It is.
And 3. Because they're the same thing. That's another
thing,
thing,
They're the
right?
same thing.
They do the 2 different patterns track sort of thing that a lot of fights do. I'm glad she doesn't do it like P8 did, where one pattern is just like objectively better than the other pattern. I think both of them are fine. They're kind of the same. Yeah.
One of them has gazes and the other one doesn't.
The other one has the wild charges, right?
Yeah.
And then the other things are just like out of order, but there's always the in-death and arrow at the midpoint, and always the lasers doing,
Yep.
But it's fairly simple, I want to say.
Yeah,
we hit
I.
phase 2 in a blind prog group
Yep.
in like our first logout.
Yep.
It's totally doable. It's all very personal responsibility. Take care of yourself.
That's what a lot of this fight is, really.
Except for
It's
one.
a lot of.
Except for one thing. Except for one thing.
Yeah.
Shall we just move into phase 2?
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to talk
We've
about.
glazed P1 a lot. We've glazed P1 a
Mhm.
lot. It's good. It's a good phase. P2 I have a little more mixed feelings on. A little more mixed about phase 2.
Okay, after I've like cleared it a couple times, I love phase 2.
No, for sure. For sure.
It's so good.
When the mechanics happen, they're really awesome.
They are.
I in general think that being on tiles as a whole is like horrifically boring.
Yes, okay,
But
yeah. There's nothing happening there, unfortunately.
except for the chasing AoEs.
Which, okay, it's funny because if you're on tiles first and you
Mhm.
get a clean swap, you don't have to deal with that.
You don't have to do anything.
You're literally on the platform and you're doing the same thing the platformers were doing in the
Yep.
first half of the fight.
Yep.
Or the phase.
Sit on your tile, refresh it every once in a while. You don't have to do thorns. You don't have to do chasing AoEs.
Yep. It's great. I like it.
And then if you fail, if you mess up.
You know,
Oh my
you'd
God.
be surprised at how easy it is to mess up on the tiles, though.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I
Oh
definitely
my
have.
god.
I
I've seen people like, like, cause you can get the thorns also.
Mhm.
I've seen someone not even realize they had it and they just stay still on their tile.
The issue. I have wiped a party doing this. I will freely admit it. I
Oh,
fucked
no.
up. I fucked up doing this. But I've seen a lot of people do it as well. Where
Mhm.
thorns happens and you're not the one marked, so you have to get out of the way.
Yeah.
But the other person has to move first, so you can get in your little corner.
Oh, I've seen that happen in chasers.
Yeah, people either moving too fast, or just not moving at all.
Yeah. It's a lot of priorities, I want to
Yeah.
say. It's not really like priorities, it's just
Raid Plan has a
trying to
prio
read
order.
the other person's mind.
Like, Raid Plan has a prio order on the Raid Plan. It's like tanks, melees, healers, I think, is the order. I can't remember entirely. Tanks go first, according to the sheet. However,
What they do?
that's what it says. But people don't do that.
Gotta say, every group I've seen does like healers, range, tanks.
I might have been looking at something from earlier. I haven't been on tiles in a hot minute, but
That's fair.
there's a specific order and people don't follow it. People don't follow the order. People just do stuff, and it makes tiles like way harder than it should be. Just because there's a real lack of ability to communicate. Which I feel like was what made E9 tiles really easy. However, I didn't do E9 in Party Finder. I wasn't there for that. So that might change how I feel. I don't know.
I'd say it's about the same.
About the same.
About the same, because like in E9 you have to she'll do like a half room cleave.
Yeah. And,
And
you gotta
the
scoot
side of
everybody
the
over to the same side.
Yep.
Yep.
So you'd have the same issue here where in PF back in E9 where people would move too quickly or not move at all.
Sure.
And you can't a lot of what I like to do to communicate, I think a lot of what everyone likes to do to communicate that they need to move is to jump.
Yeah.
Be like, notice me,
Please,
and you can't
please,
jump.
I have to go. Please.
Please move. I want to live. And yeah, you can't do that. So it's hard. It is definitely hard to communicate.
But that's the
when you
challenge,
can't
right?
jump.
That's the challenge.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
And that is why I don't mind this mechanic at all. I think the tiles are great. I think it's a little boring. I think it's a little boring to be
I
on
agree.
tiles.
I think it's a lot easier than E9 tiles, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. Just in terms of like what you have to do mechanically, it's very
Yeah.
simple.
It is.
And it really only stops being simple if you get a bad swap.
Yep.
Just like the whole fight. kind of.
But even then, if you get a bad swap and
you can figure it out if it's like in a recoverable situation, unless you end up with like all the healers on the inside, and then you're like, well.
From what I've seen, like the worst swap you can get on tiles is you go to another tile and then you're just in your.
Oh, you start tiles and you end tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, the best one the one you're supposed to get is you start tiles and you end platform.
Yep.
But even if you don't, it's still easy. The worst you'll have to do is run in a circle if you get chasers.
If you get chasers. Well.
And just hope the tank isn't there.
Assuming moving out of the way occurs. Chasers are very hard if people don't do that.
I was I was doing this with Slash. I was helping Slash prog.
Yeah.
And they were on tiles as tank, and they were supposed to, move out of the way for chasers, but I gave them the wrong call and told them to stay where they are.
Snippy, no!
And of course they moved and didn't give Slash time to,
adjust.
Get out of the way.
You have a while. You have a really long time.
You do have a while.
Thorns and chasers. You have a long time to get everything sorted out before.
Yep.
Everything works out.
Your worst enemy is panicking. Don't panic. I say as the most anxious person in the world.
I spend a whole lot of that fight panicking.
Yep.
Wrong call out. That's so rough. That's so rough.
I'm sorry, Slash.
I've done that too.
It's okay.
I mean, I've done that to you. I think I've killed you.
Yeah, you've done that to me. I don't hold it against you.
Well, I don't hold it against. I'm sure Slash doesn't hold it against you either.
I don't know. Slash seemed really mad at me. I'm sorry, Slash.
But yeah, that's tiles. You don't have a whole lot to do. Maneuvering into the positions for like taking the in or the wild charge. That's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. I agree.
Yeah. The spread solves itself.
Yep.
And like that's it, right? Like that's everything you have to do there.
Towers, but that's like a non-mechanic.
for the tiles, they got nothing to worry about there.
Yep. It's just who should go where.
Yep.
That's it.
And I think that the towers is the tanks move first, Prio. I don't remember that.
Yes.
And that's it, I think. That's Tiles' job.
That's Tiles.
And then there's the more fun job.
Platforms!
Platforms! I like the ads. I like tanking the ads. I like that the movement of the ads matters a lot. Like a ton.
Yeah, you gotta move them out of the out.
Oh my god. The like plus AoE? Is it a plus or is it a line? I actually don't know.
It's a plus.
It's a plus? Who would ever beast out? But yes. That one?
Me.
Yeah?
No, I'm not South, I'm sorry.
Please don't. How are you gonna hit him? Yeah, moving the boss that far, you can get it back to the middle, but you have to fucking book it. You gotta, like, go before Thorns start, because then it just casts for 85 years, and it's not moving. The bitch does not move. It's just fun to tank.
And it can mess up the... Which I didn't know this either until I was looking at the freaking, toolbox.
Yeah.
You can bait the thorns. Which...
Oh, yeah!
I didn't know.
It's proximity.
I did not realize. I did not realize that.
Yeah, that's why it's the formation is set up that way, with, like, all of the healers and tanks, like, directly mid.
Yeah. Which makes sense now.
Yeah.
But I'm dumb.
No, that's good.
Yeah, I just sat under the boss anyways.
Yeah.
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 It
it also is the best spot for getting all your heals off, and so, you know. It's like the strategy.
Fairy in the little sweet spot, and then I'm just like, alrighty there.
And then you get a Thorns anyway, and you're like, well, okay.
Well,
all right.
Which one of you didn't do your job?
Thorns is fun from that perspective. I like fucking
of having
booking
to
it.
do it.
I know, I lose uptime like crazy, but you know, you just book it. You just go. Leave.
I guess it's not. I was gonna ask, have you ever like tried to gap close back into the boss and fallen
No,
through?
because I've played Dragoon long enough that I've learned my lesson.
Yeah. I feel
But
like it's definitely
I've seen
possible.
it happen a ton of times. And like, you know, they buffed Piercing Talon, like it's fine. On Paladin, I have swords, like it works out.
Good, 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 good.
The biggest issue for me on ads is that I always just fucking forget about the second in or plus every single time, without fail. I can never remember that it happens.
When does it happen?
it's right after Thorns, I think. If I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one right before, like it plants the Thorns down, it does one. Thorns resolves, and then it does another one. And then it goes into phasers, I think, if I recall correctly. Though I might be doing this backwards. And then it does... Wait. Yeah, it's phasers into the other one. Because you might have to move... No, it's phasers into spin. I don't remember.
Yeah, phasers plus spin, yep.
Yeah, it's phasers plus spin because you have to dodge to the side where the spin is not going to spin from.
Yeah, I don't think it's after the vine, because after the vine is the spread or the stack.
Yeah, you're right.
And then it does it, I think it does it after the swap.
See, this is why I always forget, because I don't know where it is. I don't know where it shows up, so I forget about it.
I was like, I feel like it doesn't happen for a while.
It's not a huge punishment there. It doesn't do very much damage. It fears you for like 5 seconds. Still. Yeah, it's fine. It's a little problematic if you're the tank and you get hit by the first one, because then you can't reposition the boss.
Yeah.
But like it's fine.
It's fine. And
then I guess we can talk about the spin. Spin's pretty inconsequential, I feel like, a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's only, I feel like this is the only part that might be hard for tiles, but it literally depends on where you are.
Yeah.
Because if you're lucky, you'll hang out in the corner and you won't have to move, but if you're unlucky, you will have to, like, do a nice little train, chug through.
Yep. And that is rough without communication, for sure.
Yup. I've seen, because sometimes it's like the perfect timing where the people in the little cubbies have to reset their tiles. I've seen people not letting them reset, and then everyone just dies.
Oh, tiles.
It's like, please leave room for a quick reset. It won't take long, I promise. You won't die.
And then there's swap. And then there's the big thing. Big ol' swaps.
Looming chaos, my beloved.
Chaos. Looming chaos is fucked up. Looming chaos is
pretty.
Like the thing, I feel like, that turns the fight from something that's like difficult but recoverable into kind of a mess a lot of the time.
It is chaos.
It is chaos. Like, I do like the concept of, like, okay, all the platform players, you're on tiles. All the tiles players, you're on platforms. Have fun. Right? Like, sure, it's cool. It's good. Swap out your jobs. Make sure everybody knows how to do everything in the fight. Great. It body checks you so hard. It body checks you harder than towers.
Yep.
You can always take LB towers. You can always take LB towers.
If you get 2 tanks on the platform, you're done. Because there's going to be one poor random DPS on the tiles getting autoed, and then they die, and then it just... Everyone on tiles dies.
And you can't, like, fix it. You can't fix it. Because you can't grab aggro from the boss if you're on the ad, and can't grab aggro from an ad if you're on the boss because of the debuffs that the game gives you. So we kind of skipped over towers. We can talk about towers a little. 24-person body check is certainly a choice. I don't hate it. I don't think it's that bad.
I don't hate it either. It's not too punishing, unless, you know, it's after Looming Chaos.
Yes.
That's when it gets punishing.
That's because it's the problem. Because Looming Chaos is the problematic part. something I do really like about the towers is the way that adds players have to handle them.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like buddies first. That movement is fun. It's just fun movement to do. It's not very hard. People fuck it up all the time.
They do, yeah.
But if only like, 2 or 3 people fuck it up, that's a livable raid one. The Vuln stacks aren't very intense. Like, they for sure make it worse, but they're, it's not like you're taking like a magic Vuln in a savage fight or something.
Yeah,
it's not gonna
unless
kill you.
you mess up like 5 towers in phase, like the first half, you're not gonna wipe.
No. So it's like survivable. It's livable. There's a reason people tank LB1 every single tower set. I don't think that's a bad idea.
I can definitely understand after Looming Chaos. 100%.
Yeah. Which is why the strat that I prefer is saving just LB3 to take LB3 the last set of towers.
Yep.
Because Looming Chaos makes the fight just that much more unpredictable and unrecoverable.
Yeah, because you get all turned around. You're like, which way is north? The people on the platforms don't realize what the priority is because they don't know which way is north.
Yeah, which, like, that I'm fine with. Like, I feel like that's the point of the mechanic.
Yes,
is to, like, disorient you and make you do something else. The issue I have is that it doesn't, like... Everything in this fight retargets. Every single thing in this fight retargets. The spreads retarget, the Looming Chaos retargets, fucking Cloud of Darkness auto attacks retarget, which makes sense, but it makes the fight really, 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 really punishing.
Yeah.
Which, again, is a good thing, but... but... It can get really frustrating. Could definitely get really frustrating. When someone dies, like, right before Looming Chaos, and it just... Because, like, one random DPS died, 2 tanks end up on a side platform, and it's over. Like, the pull just ends. You can get back with the Atomos. They gave you tools to get back to tiles. But they're so slow.
They are.
It's like, by the time you're there, the DPS has died to the autos. And it's not like you can get back without dying.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of pressure on tanks to stay alive and healers to keep them alive.
And sometimes you do stay alive, and it doesn't matter because it retargets to you, and you get yoinked to the wrong spot.
Or you take 2 spreads and you didn't tank and Vuln.
Yep. I have gotten really good at, like, when spreads come out, I just scan the party list. If I see a single dead person, I mash hollow. That's it.
Yeah. I wonder, like, I was just thinking about this. I wonder how much of it is, like, the way we do strats for this fight might be the issue, is my curiosity.
I'm unsure. I wonder what Square Enix intended.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, how did they intend for us to solve it? Because I feel like there are like 2 main strats that PF uses now, and both of them, I feel like they screw someone over.
it's Aurelia raid plan and Kodkar, right? Are the 2 big ones?
Yes.
I've done significantly more Aurelia than I have done Kodkar.
I have also done significantly more Aurelia, but I feel like Aurelia kind of screws over healers a little bit.
Yeah. You just have no fucking way of healing people in your alliance that are on the platforms if you're on tiles or
like,
vice versa.
If you're a scholar, you get around it by putting your fairy in, like, a little sweet spot, but you still have to, like, walk over there and heal them.
Sage at least could still, like, have cardio on the tank and stuff. Like, there's stuff you can do to mitigate it, but it's definitely rough. It's
very annoying, especially, like, if you're a B healer, your range are on the other side of tiles.
Gone. Poor fucking white mage in this fight. Poor fucking white mage.
Poor fucking white mage. And
trying to spend your
and then it's
on. Like, my target is too far.
My target is too far. I think it's so mean that they forced, like, God, because this makes me mad. if you want other alliances to heal other players, please make more healing abilities work on other alliances. I cannot use Xcog on the range from a different alliance. Like, I want to.
Specifically bothers me a lot. But
It bothers me so much.
I also understand that if they made, like, abilities effect between alliances, how would they ever make a raid-wide that does, like, a fair amount of damage?
Yeah. For me, specifically, it's just, like, moves like Xcog, like, single-target ones. Or, like little mitts and things. Like, you can shield them and give them a lush rate. Yeah. Make it work. That's it. But that's where I think, like, maybe we're not doing it as intended.
Yeah.
Where we're forcing healers to...
like, maybe there is a better strat. I feel like the concern at this point is that changing the strat this late
no, we cannot change the strat.
We're already having, like, civil wars over Aurelia versus Concar.
Yep.
And sometimes the mysterious third strat that you've never heard of before.
Healers out.
I'm stunned by that fucking strat. I love healers out. Nobody does it though. Nobody wants to. That shit won't
No one does it.
Have we talked about everything in phase 2 that we want to talk about? The little dances the ads make you do are great. The dances the ads make you do are so good. Those are the best parts of the fight. Cleave, spread, cleave.
We talked about chasers.
Talked about chasers. Talked about the spin. Talked about thorns.
Okay.
Wild charge. No, it's what?
You know what made me happy?
What?
Like, as my little Eden lover brain.
Yeah.
The core lateral and the lateral core being.
The naming is so much better. There's anti-air and what was it?
Oh god.
Anti-air particle beam. Wide angle?
Yeah, wide angle particle beam. That's exactly what it is.
It's been a minute. We killed, when we did our Eden group, we killed E9 so fast.
Which, I love Eden. I could go do Eden any day.
You're gonna have to at some point for Snowbird.
We
have to finish coils first, I mean. We have to finish coils.
Can we just skip to Phoenix? I want to do Fountain of Fire.
Have to kill Kalia first, and then we can do Phoenix. You have to do Nerve Gas many times.
I don't want to do Nerve Gas. He puts it in weird spots, and I have to try to slide cast through it.
Simply break your cast, 5-head. But yes, core lateral core. Much easier for my brain to interpret in the heat of the moment.
Yep. It just makes me happy because I'm like, wow, it's the same thing.
It is. I like how
it's fucking E9S.
She just straight up is the E9S boss.
Like, she is.
She just is.
I love it.
They do the same thing, but smaller.
Stuff. Yep. I love it.
I really, in general, I think this fight does an incredible job of mashing the two versions of Cloud of Darkness we've had together into one fight.
Agree.
And also incorporating a lot of other, like, Void Senti mechanics, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think any version of Cloud of Darkness has had Doom, right?
I don't think so.
But it's like, it's a very Void Senti thing to do, regardless.
It is very Void Senti.
To inflict Doom upon you.
No, I guess no.
I mean, it has to explicitly be a Death Gaze reference. It has to be. I don't think there's any other fight.
I'm sure it definitely is. Which would make sense because Void.
Yeah.
Void alliances.
Void alliances. It's true. It's true. It's true. And that's kind of the fight. Oh no.
Where did you go?
Where did you go?
Where did you go?
Welcome back. Hi.
I
don't know. I think we lost connection for a moment, but we're good. We're chilling. That's like the fight, right? Because then you finish phase 2. The ads chop their health off of Cloud of Darkness's health at a 1-to-1 ratio, which I think is neat. That's a cool way of doing it. I think also a Void Scent thing, because that one. Well, it's like a recurring thing of like the big succubus that makes little succubus.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's a boss that shows up all over the place in 14. Like there's a Palace of the Dead boss that's like that. There's a Hawk Manor Hard's final boss that has that, right?
Yep.
And that's like a very Void Sun thing, so that might be a reference as well. And then you do the other pattern for phase 1 that you didn't actually do in phase 1.
Yep.
And that's it. That's the whole fight.
That's it. Then you hit Enrage, and you either kill her or you wipe.
Or you end phase 2 with 16 people in the group dead, and then you wipe. 8 times.
I do like how before she goes back to, phase 1, she puts like the original floor back, so you have like a very small amount of time to recover.
and let's for a moment, I just, as a Melee player, it brings me so much joy. The transition from phase 1 to 2 that lets you greed on her using the side lanes. That was so kind of them. That was so nice. You can't quite do it if you're on a platform, but they give you enough time before the tiles like turn on that you can greed really, really hard, and then like Dragoon backflip at the last second if you're like the back corner.
Or you could just stay. I've seen people like just stay there and then move around the outer edge onto the platform.
Yeah, if you're going to the platform, it's no big deal. If you're tiles,
yeah, if you're tiles,
yeah, that can be a little rough. But it's a neat way to transition the fight.
It is. I like it.
It's good. I like that they make everyone manually get into position instead of just like warping them there, that they could have easily done. However, that would have made us deciding what strat to do a lot easier.
It would have.
But
I'm glad they didn't.
Agree.
Even though I hate it when PF can't decide on a strat.
Yeah.
But I do like it when they let us figure out what to do.
I think that's a pretty good transition into my biggest criticism of this fight. PF experience is fucking miserable.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It's pretty damn terrible. I've done a lot of fights in Party Finder. I've done a lot of them. I've done a lot of fights. Like, almost every single Savage since Endwalker, right? I've done in PF. Every single Extreme I've done in PF. This is maybe the worst. Yeah, this is maybe the worst PF experience I've ever had.
I don't think it's the worst for me, honestly.
No? What's the worst for you?
P4S.
P4S? Really?
Yep. So, do you remember when God, when that was first out, I wanted to clear.
Yeah, I remember you and Sora being in there for like eons.
We were in there for days trying to get it clear. And we were doing it like all day, nonstop. It was like, it was like I was back in Eden, but it was 100 times worse. Eden was fun. Every time I wiped a Phoenix was horrible.
God, fucking Phoenix. What a fight. I love Phase 2 with all of my heart. Fight. It's a really good fight. It is. Phoenix was rough in PF. Phoenix was really rough in Party Finder.
It's horrible.
That's fair. That's fair.
So that was my worst one. And for me, I think I've gotten lucky with my groups.
Sure.
The worst I've had is like, you can tell everyone's morale for this fight is like
in the
nothing.
Fucking dumpster. Yeah.
It's in the dumpster. We'll have someone join and they'll immediately be like, praise to the 12, please don't let this be a trap party again. And I'm just like, I understand, but you're already going into this with like a horrible morale.
No, it's true. But like people get like that because
because
it is
so rough.
It is that bad.
Yep.
Like, you get like that at Savage and Ultimate and PF, and it's the same deal.
100%.
Where it's like, God, I've been on this one fucking phase for 3 weeks and people can't finish the phase before it. I'm gonna blow up.
I just feel like it's more prominent in this fight.
It
like
is.
I feel like I've seen it way more than I have in like Savage.
Because every single time a group disbands, you have to wait for 24 fucking people. 24 people to show up again. And not leave in the middle of it. And not, my goldfish has to go for a walk.
I gotta take my goldfish for a walk, sorry guys.
And when someone does that in an 8-man raid, it's endlessly frustrating.
Yep.
It's what's driving me insane about Fruit PF. That's why I'm trying really hard to make it static for that, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Here, it just, where it takes a million years for a group to fill again, because one person leaves, 14 more leave.
Yep.
Endlessly frustrating. Endlessly frustrating. Like, in the fights itself, missing towers constantly can be really frustrating. Tiles getting messed up can be really frustrating. But I don't think anything is as miserable as the group disbanding after 4 pulls and then having to wait an hour. Genuinely. A full hour for a group to fill again, only to disband after 3 more pulls.
Yep.
It's just so rough to ask, like, complete competency out of 24 people, and also for those 24 people to, like, stick around for any meaningful amount of time.
Yeah, it's... And then, like we were talking about, you can mess up until it's right before looming chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Then you cannot mess up.
Yep.
But that's where, like, the majority of the mess-ups happen. It's because, it's like, it's halfway through the fight, or through most of the fight.
There's
like,
plenty of opportunities.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Plenty of opportunities. And I keep bringing this up. If the Atomos were a little faster, I feel like this wouldn't be as much of an issue. If you could res someone on the side, they kill an Atomos and go back in. Just like that.
I think...
Just that shrimple.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be that
bad.
But
you could also do it, like, for me, as a healer, I'll res someone on the tile, and then move back to my tile.
Sure. And you can do that unless you can't, Yeah. Which...
There's only, like... There's, like, one situation where if you're on a tile, you should not be resing, and that's, like, if their dead body is on the platform. Do not res them if they're on the platform.
And, like, what do you do then?
You just sit.
Right?
You just sit, and you're like, man, I wish I could be useful. Oh no, my range is dying on the other side of the platform!
Hi! Yeah. It's a lot harder to be impactful in a group of 24 than it is in a group of 8 as well. And once again, I don't think that necessarily is a problem in and of itself.
Yeah.
The fact that healers can't reach across the whole arena to heal their teammates, sure, that's part of the design, right? That's part of the point.
Yeah.
But then
I'm not complaining about
more people again.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not complaining about the devs putting that in, because, like, I expect that. I'm just complaining about the strats we're using, because I feel like there's probably an easier way to position ourselves where we don't have to worry about it as much.
All of the PF garbage I've been discussing hasn't even touched on people who don't read the PF and do the wrong strat, and then when they find out it's the wrong strat, they go, oh, I don't know this one, and then leave. Like, and that's such a frequent occurrence. It's all so frequent. Okay.
But when you have the amazing mixub github.io, where the fuck do I go? You just put in what strat you're using, what alliance, what your role is, and it just tells you where to go
for every single thing.
It gives you a cheat sheet.
It's true, and it's awesome, and it's wonderful.
It's amazing.
I wish people clicked on those buttons.
I
wish
do
they
too.
did. Wish they did. And then, like,
I feel bad for console players.
It's true, but
they can't copy and paste.
They can open their phone and then type whatever.
I know.
You
should still do that.
I'm also, I'm bitching a lot about this. I have 100% wiped groups and had them disband because of the mistake I've made, and that feels so bad.
That
feels so bad.
Part.
It's so much worse than when you do the same thing in an 8-person group as well.
Yep.
Because you're fucking over literally 3 times as many people.
Yep.
It's rough. It's a rough place
It's
to
rough.
be. You also have 3 times as high a chance of someone being toxic,
Oh yeah.
which I've definitely run into, for sure.
Oh yeah. I've ran into it a lot.
Not that that doesn't happen in other groups, but 3 times as likely.
But like, yeah, a lot of like, I feel like a lot of our complaints aren't really about the fight, but more
No,
about
not at all.
PF, and I feel like they did a really good job with this fight, and I can't
agree.
wait for more.
No, a lot of the feedback that we're giving is like the way the game systems allow you to access this fight and like interact with it and stuff. Maybe this isn't as much of an issue in JP.
No, I doubt it, because they just use the duty finder.
Right? With a raid finder, right?
Yeah, the raid finder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which we have. I don't think we use for anything. I don't think we've ever. We just don't touch raid finder, right? That's fascinating. That's so interesting.
We actively discourage you from queuing into Savage or anything like that.
It's wild.
In duty finder or raid finder.
Yeah, use PF for learning group. Use raid group or raid finder for clear groups.
Yep.
I like that plan personally.
I like that plan too. And then I like how they just put in a macro, and then you're just like, all right, what's my role? Am I H1? I call H1, and then you just do it. You just do it. You just follow the macro.
I agree. I agree that having like a macro system in NA would make our lives a lot easier for a lot of things.
Make it so much easier.
I'm so attached to the marker dance. I love the marker
dance.
dance.
I do. Okay, I do like the marker dance. I do. I just like being able to put something in chat and then everyone knows exactly what we're doing.
Yes. I don't know if that's...
We don't have to spend 20 minutes discussing strats and what everyone's doing.
I think this is a NA players can't read kind of issue.
Yep.
Please read the PF description.
Please.
Please read the PF description. I guess I'll stop bitching about PF. I guess I'll stop.
I mean,
what I don't have experience in, and what I would really like to try, what I would really like to see, there's a Discord. There's a Discord called, the acronym I think is Radar. Really, actually difficult alliance raids. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
And they, at least from the pings I'm seeing, they go very frequently with like learning groups and clear groups and all that.
Oh, that's good.
So I might give that a shot, and I'll see if that experience is better. Because like my motivation to do this fight in Party Finder is so fucking shot.
Yeah, I don't.
I've spent like 20 fucking hours in PF, like just in clear groups, just nothing.
Yeah.
Even the worst part about it is I'm having so much fun the whole time.
Yep.
Because the fight's awesome.
You're having so much fun in the fight, and then someone leaves, and then it's back to being sad because you're not having fun anymore.
Waiting for an hour and 20 minutes to have fun again. It's rough. It's a rough issue. But once again, there are like community resources that I can use, that I can try to get around. And I would suggest, if you are feeling similarly to how I am, that you try that too.
Yeah. Also, go with a friend.
Yeah, don't do it by yourself.
Yeah, I found that if you're gonna go in PF, it's much more enjoyable to take someone with you than it is to suffer by yourself.
That's good advice for anything in Party Finder.
It's true.
Going with friends makes everything easier. And even just somebody to like ground you when you make a mistake or something, and people start being toxic. That could be such a lifesaver.
I'll fight anyone being toxic.
I know you will. That's why I love PFing with you.
I love PFing with you too.
I guess that wraps up my little PF rant. You have anything else to say about Party Finder? No.
I think I've said all that I rant about.
Then I guess we got one more major topic to discuss about this fight.
Rewards.
How do you
They're
feel?
so good.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I agree.
Did you see that they're making the change where you can
trade twos for ones, right? Or is it ones for twos? I don't remember.
I think it's ones for twos.
The more common one for the rare one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I highly approve of that because it's such a pain in the butt to get the rare ones when everyone has cleared.
I have not cleared, so I'm not really entirely sure what the resource allocatment is like on reclears. I can't imagine it's great.
It's not, because there's a... For the twos, the ones you use the twos to get the mounts and the hairstyle.
I thought there was one mount for each currency. I might be wrong though.
I might be wrong too.
Eh.
I know one of them is like 99 of the twos.
Yeah.
And you get a bonus if you do it with people that haven't cleared before, which I think is good. Like I see the idea.
It's two
I see the vision.
2 extra per person who hasn't cleared, right?
Yes.
Which can be like, if everybody hasn't cleared, that's what, like
48?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
48, 49 or something.
Silly amount of them.
Yep. You get a... It's nice. I see the vision, you know. Help new players get into it, clear, continue doing the content.
Totally.
I see the vision.
Keep it fresh. Keep it going.
But when there's not a lot of new players and not a lot of people doing it, like new people doing it, you're just stuck in reclear groups with the same people, and you only get like 2 per clear.
And when you need 100 for the mount, that's not very
49
much.
For the hairstyle.
Yeah. The one that you have, by the way.
Yeah. I like the hairstyle a lot.
Very good.
20 out of 10. I like the mounts too.
Yeah, the rewards themselves are pretty fucking phenomenal.
The gear too is pretty nice.
The gear is A, nice, B, bis.
Yep. A, nice, B, bis.
I really adore that they put bis gear in here.
I do too.
I think that was an excellent addition.
I agree.
It's just reason to do it. Even for the people who don't give a shit about cosmetics.
Mm-hmm.
People who just want number go up. It's not a huge increase, but like the tank top gives me more crit, so I want it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It also, I think it looks rad as shit. I know people have been complaining about them being over-designed. I think they're wrong as hell. I think every single gear piece looks awesome. I
agree. I really like the healer gear. I think it's beautiful.
It's good looking. It's good looking. I love
gonna farm the fight just for the glam.
I love the Diablo set so much.
Yes.
It brings me so much joy.
Good.
I'd be wearing it right now if I could.
Well, you better get in that Discord and join a radar group and get yourself a clear.
I will.
Good.
I just have my stupid Edenmorn jacket on.
What's wrong with Eden?
Nothing. This top is goated.
I love Eden. It is good.
Talking about raid series with good gear. Holy shit.
True.
What other rewards are there? There's the minion.
Oh yeah, the minion.
That guy's cute. There's a minion, right? It's just a raw drop there, I think. You can't buy it.
I think. Yeah, you can't buy it.
And is that it? It's the mounts, there's there's the framers kits, I think.
Is there framers kits?
Is there even a framers kit? Can you get materia with your with your demi materia? Can you
where did I go?
Oh no.
Wrong buttons.
Getting yoinked off of the screen with like a wooden cane.
Getting kidnapped too. Solution 9.
What?
Look. I can go.
You can.
Behind the scene magic. I can go and you won't even realize that I'm gone.
It's true. I got a camera looking directly at you. How would you go anywhere else?
Exactly. I can't leave.
But you're a fan of the reward system? Conceptually,
I think it's so much better compared to
sure. I mean, Criterion.
Like yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I mean, there's things to get, so automatically, yeah. Yes, yep. I would say better.
Where?
Is there a title?
I don't know. That's another thing we can talk about. That's such a funny name that they gave. they gave the title or the achievement.
Oh.
I don't want to say the wrong thing. Let me get it up.
I'm a little scared now, for being
I
honest.
think it's Cloud Strife.
Cloud Strife.
That's what it is.
Alright, that's pretty good.
It's so good.
That's pretty good.
Here we go. Yep, Cloud Strife.
Cloud Strife.
There is no title with it.
No title, just simply 20
Just Cloud.
achievement points or whatever.
5, actually.
5? Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
You only get 20 if you clear Savage 10 times. Yuck.
Well, you only need like 400 to get everything in the game, so
It's true.
probably
They
not
should
even
add
that
more
much.
achievement stuff. I don't see. Maybe you get it for clearing. Let me check.
The minion or
The plate.
oh, Framer's Kit, yeah. I might be wrong
Framer's
as
Kit.
shit. I just assumed everything came with a Framer's Kit now.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool. I do not see one though.
I'm just gonna use the fucking U-Cob one until the day I die anyway, so.
That's fair. Me with DSR.
Yeah.
Until I get through. We gotta clear through.
We do gotta clear through. Working on it. I'll get the static. I'm gonna do it. I promise. I swear. My computer's not on fire anymore, so
Yay!
I'm out of excuses.
Good.
No longer
Sweet.
inflamed.
Yay!
Alright. Well, that might be a little bit of a shorter episode for us, but chaotic is a
I
lot
think it
less
was
to talk
good.
about than
Yeah.
every single
All
alliance
the
raid in this.
entirety
Yeah.
of Alliance raids.
But that was good. I'm excited
was
to get
good.
my clear. I'm gonna do it.
Me
It's
too.
gonna happen. I want that fucking mount real bad.
I do too.
Real bad. But it does mean I have to farm this for a long time.
Yep. One of them is the Shroud of Darkness is 99. One.
Yeah, that's the one that's like not so bad to get, right?
Yeah.
The
And then the Deus
is
of Darkness
rough,
is
which is the one I want.
75.
75 twos.
75 twos.
Yep.
I have 16.
You have 16? How many clears do you
I
have?
have 16. Like 3.
Oh, okay. That's
2 or
doable.
3.
Simply get like 20
Not
more.
bad.
Easy peasy.
You're right.
So I guess in summary, our feelings are fight good, rewards better, could have some improvement in how you get the demi materials, but for sure a massive improvement on Endwalker.
Yep.
And PF sucks.
PS sucks.
PF is terrible. But we knew this. This is not new information. It just
Just
simply
been known.
makes us more aware. I guess
It's
that's
another
it.
reminder.
Just another reminder.
Just another reminder.
I hope they
Y'all
keep
don't know
making
how to
these.
count.
I really hope they keep making these.
I
I
do
feel
too.
like
I'm
the
sure they
content
will.
is really popular. I feel like.
Definitely.
It's just lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of PF listings, like all the time, which is great, which is really cool. Glad they're doing that.
Oh,
Hmm?
that is one complaint I
Yeah.
have about PF.
Yeah.
You have to go to Ether to even remotely fill a PF for this
sure.
fight.
Mm-hmm.
To even get close.
Oh, I forgot about
And
the
that just-
location bonuses. Forgot
Yep.
those exist.
Mm-hmm.
People don't give a shit about them, right?
They do sometimes. Like you'll
Yeah.
see more parties like on Ether. It'll be like bonus time, farm time.
Yeah, but like they were gonna do it on Ether anyway.
Yeah.
It's
It's exactly. So it doesn't matter because everyone is on Ether. But then it's a pain in the ass if you're like from Dynamis trying to get to Ether during prime raiding times.
not that
and you
you
just
know
can't go
anything about that.
it's closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that I would know anything about that.
Yeah. No, that's.
I totally don't
I mean,
live on
that's once again not specifically this fight.
Yeah,
that's an
it's
NA
a
problem.
everything problem. I just feel like it's harder because it's 24 people.
First, 100%.
Like if
Um,
you go to Primal and try to do Savage, you're gonna fill. It might take a little bit longer, but you're gonna fill.
this, just like every other fight in the game, would be drastically improved with a cross DC party finder. Just being able to fill groups faster.
Please. I know you said you're gonna do it, but can you do it soon?
They did. They did indeed say they were gonna. We haven't heard shit about it since then. And it was just in like it was in an interview, right? At some
Yeah.
like PAX West or something.
Yep. It wasn't like a. I don't think they announced it at a fan
It
fest
wasn't,
or a
no.
live letter.
It was at a side thing. It was like the devs said like we might be able to do this or something. Like we're kind of thinking about doing it.
Yeah, it wasn't anything serious, but I would like it to be something serious. I want my FC buffs.
I remember them saying they were gonna put Sage weapons in T at the Endwalker pre-launch.
Know, I also remember them saying that.
Here I am, without my Sage weapons.
Yep.
But it's fine. I don't even care.
I think you do care.
I don't care.
Okay. My bad. I'm sorry.
All right. Shall we call it there?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we covered a lot.
I think we did too.
Did a good
I think
job.
we covered the whole fight.
Covered the whole fight. And all the stuff around it. Cloud of Darkness theme grown on you?
Oh yes. I didn't like it because I don't like World of Darkness.
World of Darkness Cloud is pretty lame.
It's very lame.
Yeah.
But now that I hear it, I find myself jamming out to the music.
It's a banger when the fight doesn't suck.
It's a banger when the fight is fun.
I got World of Darkness in my roulettes pretty recently.
Yeah.
And I had more fun in the Cloud of Darkness fight.
I'm glad.
Just like the context of the other fight existing made it a little better. You know?
Good memories.
I mean, it's like anything else. Any other like normal fight in the game that you do that you really like, and you go, "Wow, Savage is gonna do that, but more." That's crazy. And now Cloud of Darkness is a fight that has one of those. It has an equivalent.
Yeah, it's true, and we can do that for like a lot of the other raids too. Like a lot of the Void Arc and Dunscape, we can be like, "Oh, there might be a chaotic of this. I wonder how it's gonna be."
I said I was excited for it in the past, and after experiencing this fight, only more so. Diablos is gonna go so hard.
Oh, that'd be insane. Oh, they're definitely gonna do him.
Predictions as to what they're doing next?
Definitely Diablos.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. It just makes sense, like, chronologically wise.
Yep.
I can also see them doing an Amon.
Yeah, I can see them doing an Amon.
Or a Zande.
I could see them doing Ultima the High Seraph.
Oh, for sure.
For
Evilise.
Stormblood.
Yep.
Yeah, Evilise, that's what it is.
Her
and
inflorescence.
Yeah. I think they do her inflorescence. Either that or they do like a giant 2P.
Giant 2P.
A giant 2P.
It's fucking compound.
Yep.
You got just the sphere there. That was fun. Wild and fun.
A bit.
Well, my internet cut out, for anyone wondering. I'm gonna edit that so it works, but let's do a real quick outro in case that happens again. You wanna plug yourself?
Oh goodness. I think I'd be better at this. Hi, I'm Semi.
Hi, Semi.
You can find me at BumblerGod Semi on most things, but if you're gonna try to find my stream, I'm Semi Loves Ranch. I do a lot of different games. A lot of 14, a lot of Final Fantasy. What are we doing now? We're gonna be doing some Pokemon. That's what we're gonna do.
Ooh.
We're gonna play some Pokemon.
Fun.
And yeah.
Good. I'm Viv. I'm a plant monster from space, and I don't eat people. I would never do that. That would be mean. I stream Final Fantasy 14. That's my main thing, but I've also been on a really, really, really huge FF11 kick. So if you want to see some boomer MMO being played, that's the thing I do. I play that now. I also am kind of working my way through the whole Final Fantasy series, so we're on. I guess our next one we are doing for that is 10, but I did promise we'd finish Rebirth first. So I'm gonna be playing Rebirth. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. I'm doing it. I promise. It's occurring.
Good.
Really fun so far. That game's kind of rad. Game's kind of awesome. I had a lot of complaints about the combat in Remake, and they kind of fixed all of them in the first, 5 minutes. So that's neat.
It's so good.
That's really cool.
Excited
to play
I went back to my 100%ing it, but, like, doing the story first on stream.
Oh, yeah?
And I did that just, like, the other day, and oh my goodness, I was like, damn.
Game is fun.
I forgot how much I love this game. This is, like,
fun.
It's, like, my favorite Final Fantasy.
It's a grand old time. I haven't got very far. I got stuck exploring in, like, the first explorable area.
As you should.
Fighting stuff. Found the fucking, I guess, minor spoilers for the very beginning of Rebirth. I found the fucking tunnel guys from the first game.
Yeah.
I got so excited. I was like, oh my god. The Bucks bitches or whatever. Bucks badasses? Yeah.
Yeah!
They're rad. I love them.
I love them. Not spoiling, but they do have a couple questions.
Oh, that's so good. That's so exciting.
So they make a couple appearances if you go look for them.
Have you been doing anything not Final Fantasy related to share with the internet?
Final Fantasy related.
I know, right? Like,
it's been a lot of Final Fantasy because I've been on this like Fru kick and
for sure.
COD kick. What did we? Oh, I have been having a little hyperfixation on Sonic.
On Sonic, yeah.
On Sonic. We played Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Oh, how is it?
It's so... The Shadow portion, I think, is the best Sonic game I've ever played.
The Generations part is just... It's another Generations remake, right?
Yeah. It's just a remake of the Sonic Generations, but they added Shadow's own little story.
Oh, that's exciting. That's good.
And I love him.
That's really wonderful.
I love Shadow. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I haven't played Generations, so I probably that would be a good way to do it. I also have been on my Final Fantasy kick. Weirdly not a ton of 14 other than rating, which, you know, that's the main thing I do in 14 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And while there's not so much else to do, that's what I'm looking for. It's been a lot of 11. I've been really into 11.
Yeah. I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying, like, when I raid out to your stream and you're playing 11, I've just been enjoying chilling before bed, listening.
It's just such a vibe of a game. You just walk around and do stuff. You just do whatever. Game lets you. That's rad. But, like,
I need to play 11.
Oh, I know what I've been doing that's not Final Fantasy related.
Yeah.
So Slash got me to download Marvel Rivals.
Have you played it?
Oh boy, have I.
And you haven't invited me.
I'm sorry, it's at like 2 a.m. every time I do it.
Oh, that's fair. You're right. That's too late for me.
Yeah.
I'll be Ethan.
It's so very fun. It's really, really, really good game. I
want to play it. I'm scared to play it by myself.
Yeah, by yourself, it's not as fun. But it gives me the same vibes as, like, very early Overwatch 1. Like, launch Overwatch.
Yeah.
When it was fucking peak. And everybody loved it. It's giving me similar vibes to that. But
That's good.
I have a lot more attachment to all the characters because I'm a comic book nerd.
Yeah.
So
I love Jeff.
Jeff
can do no wrong.
Jeff can do no wrong. Jeff can do a lot of wrong if he's on the other team. That's for sure.
No.
He can do a lot of
He's allowed. He's allowed.
No, I want to press my Mantis ult, but he eats me.
Mm-hmm. He's allowed. He's just like me for real. Just go nyam.
I shield everyone. Now everyone is invincible. Ha ha!
Yum.
Alright, Sammy.
I just I think it's so funny. He just can eat the entire party and then just kill
Get off
himself
the
and
cliff.
kill everyone with him.
Sure can.
I love that. I love that.
He's a funny guy.
Okay.
He's a funny, silly little boy.
He is. All right. Is that all?
I guess that's all. Thanks for podcasting with me, Semi.
Of course. I love it. I have fun every single time we do this.
Yeah, we will do another. Maybe next week.
What are you going to talk about? Sounds good.
I don't know. What we'll talk about. We'll figure it out.
There's a lot we can talk about.
There's so much we can talk about. A lot could change in a week, too. We might have more to talk about.
It's true.
Well, I'll make another little plan like I had for this one, and we'll figure it out. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Oh. Do we add this to the Alliance raid tier list?
I feel like it's a different
because
thing.
It's a whole...
I feel like it's a different thing.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with that.
It's not an Alliance raid, you know? Like, you fight it as an Alliance. Yeah. But it's like a trial.
Yeah. It is technically one boss.
When I think of Alliance raid, it has to be like a gauntlet in my mind.
That's fair. I can definitely see that.
It's just not particularly comparable, I feel.
This is fair. It would honestly be an S for me, even if we did.
Yeah.
It would just skyrocket above everything.
Like, it's so weird, though, because, like, you compare it to our other S ranks, and it's, like, this versus, like, Tower of Paradigm's Breach.
Yeah.
It is just, like... They serve different purposes.
They do.
They exist in different niches of content.
This is very true. Very true.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Thank you for coming. This was fun.
Thank you for having me. This is fun.
Yeah. Until next time.
Yeah.
Bye, Simi.
Bye, Bim.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.